Hey guys, we're sitting here at Piedmont Reservoir in Wyoming. This is the 8th, 9th of June. It's 38 degrees outside. We've been on this lake for the last 4 days, and for whatever the reason, these fish are not taken early in the morning, which is why I'm here and not out there. But around 11 o'clock, they should come around. We got a wind coming out of the north that's about somewhere between 10 and 15 miles an hour, just softly blowing. Puts a nice ripple out on the water, but until those fish get active, I think I'll stay in here and stay warm for a little bit before I get out there. But, you know, a lot of times when you guys are on the water, have you ever lost a rod when you're fishing? A lot of my clients over the years have lost a rod. And let me tell you a little story what happened when I was going up to Cooper Lake in Alberta, Canada. This happened about 7-8 years ago. And when I was up there fishing, I'd given a friend of mine a rod and reel for Christmas just as a gift thing, because he's done a lot of things for me and on the publication side, so I wanted to say thank you. And he went up in the spring of that year, and I wasn't with him, but he was taking a picture of one of the guys of the big rainbows in this lake. And there's rainbow over 20 pounds in Cooper Lake there in Alberta. And while he was taking a picture, he laid the rod across his boat. And next thing you know, he looks down and the rod's gone. Where in the lake he lost it, I don't have a clue. So I came back in the fall on the very same lake, and he was on that trip, but he was too embarrassed to tell me that he had lost a rod. So I didn't know anything about it. So I'm fishing with another buddy, and we're kicking out, and we're fishing seal buggers, trolling across this bay. And you tell me, what are the odds of this happening? What he did, as we're trolling this rod, and we know there's big fish in there, and the rod goes down, and he lifts the rod up, and he says, I got one, and he says, but it's not fighting much. And I looked at the rod, and it was just a steady pull. So he pulls it up. Here's what happened. The fly that he was trolling hooked into the eye of a rod that was down there, and he says, God, I've got someone's rod and reel. And he pulls it up. I mean, what are the odds of the hook going through the end guide? That happened. And when he pulled it up, he says, Denny, you're not going to believe this. And I said, what? He says, this is your rod. And I said, I've never lost a rod on this lake. And he says, well, I wasn't supposed to tell you, but he says, this is Moral Stout's rod that you gave him last year, and he lost it. He was too embarrassed to tell you anything about it. So my point, you guys, when you lose a rod, you think, well, it's gone. Well, the odds of the hook of the fly being trolled, hooking the end guide, it could have been anywhere on that lake. But on that day, at that moment, that's what happened. And he reeled it up. So I said, let me have that, because Moore was over on the shoreline getting ready to get in the water. And I took it over, and I just handed it to him. I said, here's the rod you lost last spring. And you should have seen the look in his face. He didn't know that I knew he'd even lost it. And for me to hand it to him after it had been underneath the water for 6 months, you guys, the whole point of this is to remember, if you lose a rod, sometimes it's not always lost.